Alrighty, before this video starts, I do want to give you guys a little disclaimer. This is not me playing a game. This is purely just me ranting in this video for however long the video ends up being. I haven't even finished editing it yet, but I did realize that, I probably should give some context to what's going on. This video is in response to my Once Human video, which obviously, did end up getting kind of a large number of views. I mean, 600 views is large for my channel, but it also did get a lot of negative traction, and this entire video is me attempting to respond to that. But, if you guys don't want to watch that, and you guys just want to see me play games and don't give a shit about my actual opinion about games, by all means, skip this video. Just, I wanted to say something before you started the video, and you thought, what game is he playing today? No games being played today. This is purely just me yapping in response to negative traction on a video that I made on October 2nd. So, yep, let's get into the actual video now. Well, this happened. I don't really know what to say, other than this is pretty bad. I'm not going to say that my opinions have changed. Obviously not, because, I mean, the video's up. I still agree 100% with what I said in the video. But I do want to clear some things up and, actually form an opinion instead of, just rage quitting like I did at the end of that, recording. First and foremost, I do want to say the Jedi Survivor video is 100% delayed. As you guys can probably hear in my voice, I am a little sick, and I have been sick for the past week and a half now. So I haven't realistically been able to record. This is the best my voice has felt in days. Realistically, I wanted to make this little response video a bit sooner, probably like a day or two after it came out. But, by the time this comes out, it's probably almost a week after. But I digress. Look, let's go down the list and let me tell you guys the things I specifically did not like about the game. I'm still not going to speak on story stuff because, if people like that kind of game, by all means, go play it. Genuinely, I have nothing against the people that play it, but I do have something against the people who play it and then come at me aggressively when I say I played it and don't like it. There are a couple people in those comments making jokes and not so lighthearted remarks about my taste in games, I mean. And you guys can also just go read those comments, read how I responded. I mean, my stance is very clear. But first of all, I just want to say the game is a buggy piece of shit. It does not run well on anything, and my rig, although yes, old, is not weak by any means. I mean, this is a rig that ran Cyberpunk 2077 on max settings for my over 200 hours on the game so far. So it's the rig is not the issue. It is 100% game optimization. And I mean, here, I will list it off. I have a Ryzen 7 3700X, and I also have a RTX 2070 Super. It is not a weak PC by any standards. It should be able to run a game like this pretty flawlessly, without bugs. And I was on low to medium settings, and at the end, before the final crash, I turned everything down to the lowest. And, sorry, not final crash, when the final freeze happened, when I got knocked down, I had everything down to low. When I paused on the ramp going up, I went and turned all of my graphic settings to the lowest, DLSS on, and I had the render quality down as, well, not as low as I could possibly go, as low as it could be while being also viewable, because I have to also keep an account that I am recording this, and, I have to make it watchable for you guys, the viewers, and also just in general, because YouTube compression will destroy the video if I bring the render quality any lower than it was. And honestly, I don't really have much more on that point. But point number 2, The game itself is just incredibly boring. And now, one of the things that pissed me off the most was seeing somebody comment, "You play Minecraft and you're calling this boring?" To anybody calling Minecraft a boring game, you just don't know how to play Minecraft. The entire point of a sandbox game like Minecraft is to create and use your imagination. If you think Minecraft is inherently boring, that is on you. 100%, without a doubt, that is your lack of imagination and lack of creativity. I don't care if you slander me, but if you slander Minecraft, comparing it to an MMO that is incredibly boring and genuinely has no redeeming qualities, we gotta draw a line somewhere. Okay? And again, like, I don't have anything against the people who play MMOs or Once Human, or people who play games like Once Human. I don't care. You have your own opinions, I have mine. I'm not going to bash you for your opinions, but I will say I don't agree with them. And I don't agree with them. You guys, just in the comments as well, you guys can say that you don't agree with my opinion. I am fine with that. But telling me that I am flat out wrong for something that I'm speaking on objectively, not subjectively, and yes, there is a humongous world of difference between the two, that's not right. And genuinely, it's disappointing to me that I have to go on here, make a response video, and tell grown human beings how to act like adults. I see the demographics on my videos. Most of you guys are well into adulthood and acting like children in my comments. It's disappointing, but I can't say I didn't expect it. Listen, like I said, I don't have anything against the people that play MMOs. I'm trying to reinforce that fact so you guys actually believe me. I really don't. But I do know, at the same time, just like League fans are the most toxic pieces of shits to ever exist, MMO fans and diehard MMO players are very, very close in line. Like, League is here, you guys are here. That's all I'm going to say. MMO fans have not, historically, been the greatest community in the world. And that's coming from somebody who is an active fan and participates in that community as well. And listen, I've learned over my 19 years of life how to take criticism. Like, I know how to take criticism. I know what criticism is. However, there is a big difference between criticism of an opinion and outright baby bitching and joking in comments saying that I'm outright wrong. I can be wrong, and I admit that I can be wrong. I mean, hell, I literally have not touched the game since I made that video. I literally have not. It's been over a month. No, not a month, sorry. Over a week and a half since I have even touched the game. So maybe they've rolled out patch notes. Maybe they've rolled out bug fixes. I don't know. They could have fixed everything that I have an issue with. And hell, maybe I really do just need to give it a more, like, a longer chance. But just going into the comments of a video of a random YouTuber you've never seen before and shitting on him and his entire lifestyle is a bit much. It's a little bit insane. I don't know. Maybe this is me overthinking and overreacting to basic. Maybe it is criticism. Hell, maybe I'm just outright wrong here. But from my perspective, that's what this feels like and seems like. I'm still going to go through with the Jedi Survivor video. 100%. I don't care. And I'm not going to review that game like I reviewed Once Human. The only reason why I reviewed Once Human like I did was because I wanted to give it a genuine chance, because I've had friends hype this thing up for weeks for me. They made this out to be like the next greatest free-to-play game, when in reality, all I was met with was Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League with much worse traversal. That is essentially what I was met with. Worse traversal, less story, less gameplay, more base building, like we're playing fucking, I don't know, like we're playing Clash of Clans or something. And it's not my thing. And yes, of course, you guys are going to say, but the title, man, you said Once Human is not that great. Ever heard of clickbait? That's the point. You're supposed to put a title on your video that gets into a further reach and that gets more people to watch it. That's the point. I don't actually hate Once Human. I thought the game was fine. It's not something that I enjoy, and it's not something that I'd go back and replay, but I thought it was fine as a game. As a free-to-play game, if your shit isn't buggy, go for it, man. I don't care. I, personally, just will not be going back and replaying it. And the thumbnail and the title, that's all just clickbaits. I thought the story was actually pretty damn cool. Like, it was way more inventive than most free-to-play stories that I've seen. However, the execution of said story was not the greatest, especially since humongous lore bits, and I cut this from the video, were given to you via tutorial screen. You literally hit a singular button and watched a cutscene play out while you were in gameplay. That's just not good execution. If you are going to make a cutscene, one, don't just make it an in-game render if your in-game render is not good. Once Humans graphics were fantastic, but their in-game renders for characters and stuff, it looked like the Resident Evil 2 remake from, I guess that was 2018 now, right? Or somewhere in the late 2010s to early 2020. It looked like a game made 6 years ago, is my point there. If you want to make a cutscene, pre-render it and cut it into the gameplay. Don't make a search for story. That's not how you do story. That is not how you do story. In a sandbox game, like, for example, Minecraft, most of the lore and story and most of the difficult things to do in the game, you have to go search for, because it's a sandbox survival game. But when we are playing an MMO that is story driven, and every mission is story driven, why are the cutscenes optional? Why is the story optional? That's not good execution, and that's my point for the entire game. It has fantastic ideas, but to me, it was not executed well enough for me to stay engaged and want to play the game. Sorry, again, to cut into the video, but a little counterpoint you could have to literally everything I just said is, didn't you just mention you played a shit ton of Cyberpunk? Didn't you just describe Cyberpunk? Yes, technically I did, but the difference here is Cyberpunk's story is the main focus of the game, and it is very clear that you are supposed to go do this and go get this story thing done, and your character has personality. In Once Human, your character had no personality. There were no voice lines for your character. Yes, although you did have text options for responses, but none of them are voiced, and it didn't feel like you had an actual personality. A good way that I've seen games handle this is like Life is Strange or the Telltale games. Every single line is voiced, and like hell, even Mass Effect, man. Mass Effect has all of those options, and all of those options are voiced. Like, It's just frustrating to me that in Once Human, the story is supposed to be a main focus, but then you also have all this base building and survival and crafting stuff at the same time. Whereas in Cyberpunk, the story is the main focus. If you make an MMO like Once Human and have the story kind of as the main focus, but the gameplay doesn't relate to the story in the slightest, that's what I have an issue with, and that's what I mean by poor execution. I want to be as neutral as possible. I want to give a non-biased, although, obviously it's going to be semi-biased because it all depends on my own attention span, my own wants from a game, my own personal likes from a game. There's no such thing as being 100% unbiased. Trust me, I know. But I want to be as unbiased as I can. Obviously, I'm going to make mistakes. I'm human. Once human, get it? But bashing me for not being perfect and not sharing your same opinion about a game that I just didn't enjoy is unfair. Okay, I'm not even gonna say it's wrong. It's just unfair, because maybe you are right, and I gotta learn that. Maybe that's just something I gotta learn. Maybe you guys are right. Maybe I should give the game a second chance, and maybe I'll enjoy it. But as of right now, I don't, and it's not something I will willingly go back and play unless I hear about bug fixes or unless I hear about the story being more streamlined. I play games, and this is a me thing now. This is 100% a me thing. I play games for the story. And yes, of course, you're going to go back into my videos and see, wait a minute, there's MLB The Show? There's FIFA? There's Minecraft? What story, dumbass? Here's the thing. The content I made on those games was content made just because it was something I was playing at the time and I wanted to upload a video. Sports games, I play for the pure enjoyment of it. And since, when was my last MLB The Show video? May 8th? I stopped playing online. I only play franchise mode. I only try and build my own team. I create a story for my team. And the same thing goes for FIFA. The FIFA video was me creating my own story by creating the Five Guys FC. And I'm going to go back and say this again. I like story-driven experiences. Some of my favorite games of all time: Final Fantasy, Cyberpunk, fucking Titanfall 2. And hey, that's a shooter. What story? Titanfall 2's campaign is top 10 shooter game campaigns of all time, maybe top 3. And I will hear nothing else about it, okay? But again, all of the games I just listed, and I can list more, trust me, I can list more. All of those games are story-driven or have story-driven aspects, and the story is streamlined. I am that kind of person and gamer. If you guys do not like that and do not agree with that and do not want to see me play other games that are not in that genre or in that niche and do not like when I say, hey, I don't enjoy this, then don't watch. I am going to play new games. Yes, 100%. I am going to play games that are outside of that niche because I want to expand the games that I play. I want to play other games, and maybe, who knows, maybe I'll fall in love with a different genre of game. However, every single time, until a game absolutely wows me, I am going to go into that game with the mindset of, how streamlined is the story? How easy is the story to access? That is what my criteria for a good game is. And again, I'm not going to judge a game. I'm not a critic. I don't have the right to do that. But that's my personal opinion on a game. I'm not going to be critical. I mean, all I've shared now are opinions. I have not gone in depth and broken down the specific things that can be, should be done better. That made no fucking sense. Let me try that again. I am not going to go in depth about what I didn't like about Once Human and, give straight criticism about what could be done better because, one, even though I did try this at one point, like I genuinely was very deep into a class about computer science and coding and whatever, but I dropped out. Story for a different time. But I am not a coder. I am not a programmer. I am not a game developer. I cannot just willy-nilly say, hey, this should be done this way, because I have no fucking clue what I'm saying. So I can't just do that. Okay, so instead, what I'm going to do is share my opinion on the matter. I will not be critical. Excuse me. Dry throat still. I will not be critical, but I will voice my opinion and say what I didn't like. And I think I've said everything I needed to say, and realistically, I don't know how to end this video, so I will end it by saying, if you do not see the Star Wars Jedi Survivor video, and trust me, it's going to be a part 1. There's no way in a... Well, no, there is a very strong possibility in a month that I do finish the entire game and upload it, but by September the 2nd, let's say, I'm going to make my uploads, like, consistent. I'm going to make them on the same day of the same month, or of the next month. By November 2nd, if you guys don't see a Jedi Survivor video, give it a day or two. Or a week or two, maybe, because, like I said, I'm sick. I haven't even started the video yet, so don't keep your hopes high. But I will 100% get that video done and out. It's going to happen. And I don't believe I ended the Once Human video like this. Maybe I'm wrong. Again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I did. But for the longest time, everybody, this has been my outro for every video I've ever made. Hey guys, me again, post-editing Nate. In the original recording for this, I kind of botched the outro, so I'm gonna run it back and say it again real quick. As always, love you all, stay safe, I'll see you next time, peace out.